32 Tabulations and Graphic Presentation Case Studies. Contents 32.1 Introduction, 32.2 Structure for Presentation of Research Findings, 32.3 Data Presentation, Editing, Coding and Transcribing, 32.4 Case Studies, 32.5 Qualitative Data Analysis and Presentation through Computer Software, 32.6 Types of ICT used for research, 32.7 Conclusion, Learning Objectives. The general structure for presentation of research findings, role of ICTs in presentation of research findings, the application of ICT tools through case studies, the various steps for report presentation. 32.1 Introduction. In Unit 31, we have discussed the salient features of SPSS in report writing, creating and editing graphs and analyzed data by using univariate, bivariate and multivariate statistics. In Unit 32, we will discuss the structure of report presentations with the help of information and communication technology. We will also introduce you to some more cases of presentation of research findings with the help of audio and software for qualitative data analysis and presentation. The cases will help you to understand the process applying the ICT tools. For this reason, this unit does not carry any box with supplementary information. It does not also require you to complete reflection and action exercise as long as you are trying to follow each case study to master the art of applying new tools for presenting your research findings. 32.2 Structure for presentation of research finding. It is important to look carefully at the existing publications of the kind you are trying to write, style, length, and format for your writing. The following structure shows on the next page will apprise you how to present your findings through computer. Structure for research report presentation. First, abstract, background of research, review of related literature, research methods, findings, analysis, discussion, conclusion, summary and suggestion, references, glossary, appendix. So all this should be there in this is the structure of presentation of research project report. Before presenting your research finding, you need to check the following: availability and suitability of the computer, availability of the electrical point, familiarity with the software and hardware. You can obtain technical support if necessary. Test the data collection instrument to see there is a clear storage and retrieval system for data collection, etc. Presentation of your research findings depend on your intended target group. For example, papers or articles or journals and magazines will be presented in a different format than books, chapters, or final research report. Therefore, you have to decide yourself about the format for the presentation of your research findings. You may visit http www.sociology.org.uk ROCR.pdf for the structure of research report on your subject area. 32.3 Data presentation, editing, coding and transcribing. The process of editing and coding and transcribing are extremely important for the presentation of accurate research findings. If the study is conducted through primary based data through questionnaire, the following steps are very important. Responses should be scrutinized for completeness and for errors. Responses validation is obtained by recontacting individuals through answers appears inconsistent or unusual. Open-ended questions should be properly classified or scored, while responses to both qualitative and quantitative questions are coded for data entry. For a detailed treatment of this aspect, see the unit block 6 on survey research. Editing primary data is a fairly complex task. In fact, it requires great skill and experience while editing. The data should be complete, consistent, accurate, and homogeneous. Quite a few steps have been presented below for presenting primary data. A complete data. You should see that answers to each and every question have been given. It is a few questions remain unanswered, then you should mark them as not reported. Consistent data. You should see that the answers to the questions are not contradictory. If there are mutually contradictory answers, you should try to obtain the correct answers either by referencing back the question or by contacting the respondent. Accurate data. If the data is accurate, it can easily be corrected, but in some case, it is very difficult to correct it. For example, income and age group informed by the respondent. In this case, we have to accept whatever the respondent gives to us. Homogeneous data. You should see the information supplied to the respondent is homogeneous. If it is not, it cannot be comparable. Now, After making you aware of how data is edited and collected, in the forthcoming sections we are presenting some case and illustrations, the presentation of research findings. In some cases it has been presented with the help of the computer along with the internet and digital media. 32.4 Case studies. Here are 4 case studies for you to carefully study, and then taking them as an example, you may also attempt to present your research findings in the same manner. Case 1, questionnaire coding. The following figure 32 represents the responses to the questionnaire which was designated to conduct the study of the socio-economic profile of rural people of Haryana. The questionnaire code identification number is 012. To facilitate the data entry, each selected individual's 4-digit number is presented. The first number 04 indicates it is the distinct code, that is Kurukshetra. The next 2 digits, that is 1 and 2, indicates the Tehsil and village codes. The digits within brackets indicates along with the questionnaire the code of questions. This questionnaire is designated for you to give a broad idea of coding. This is only for a part of the questionnaire. So questionnaire, the code is 0412, a study of socio-economic profile of the rural people of Haryana. First, family members, how many are there? And age profile, that also range as given. Gender, male, female. Figure questionnaire coding. After coding this done, you can represent it in the data in the table and graphic format. You can put this data into spreadsheet, and by pressing few buttons it is possible to produce what looks like the most wondrous variety of charts and graphs. For example, with the Excel column, bar, line, pie and other are all possible to make and use the report presentation. So code number, first person, what he is told. Okay, this many respondent, this many is respondent. 2 means he has people from 5 to 6 people, family members are available. And Q3 is 1 means he is a male member, and Q1 means that's already Q1 is 2 is that's already told. Second is 4, age is 4 means the age is between 31 and 34. So 0412, that is 12 is for particular Tehsil. This is from Kurukshetra, particular Tehsil, and the particular location code as given. So almost 230 data has been collected and coding of the questionnaire data. Let us now look at the coded data is in tabular form. Let's see the table and distribution, gender distribution of the respondent. Gender distribution of the respondent is gender for frequency 1.73. 0, what is the respondent? 0 means it's not respondent, maybe 0. And 1 will respond 82 frequency, and gender 2, that is female, is 64%, like that. Female is 2, male is 1. 0 may be not respondent. So coding the questionnaire data. So like that we can gender distributions on respondent has been done, and now you can convert coding into words, and your final table. Let's see the table. You look at gender. Okay, this is no reply. Male, female, total frequency is number people responded for that. That's a total 230. Similarly, you can present the above finding into a pie diagram as presented in the following figure. It's 2% people, male 36% and female 62% is the frequency, gender distribution. Data from the windows can be transformed to the report on your word process through clipboard. If you are transferring the data from the Excel to the Word, the data will be imported already formatted as a basic Word table, which you can then usually increase or decrease the size. Graphs from Excel can also be transferred to your report through clipboard using cut and paste. Case 2, data collection and presentations through audio. We are presenting here our own experience of data collection and presentation through audio. We interviewed 60 students from our research study on dropout. Respondents' phone numbers were located and they were contacted to take part in the face-to-face recorded interview at their respective homes. On confirmation, we visited their home as per their convenience and recorded their responses to a structured interview schedule. We recorded through tape recorders and translated into 50 pages. On interview, as about 1 page of transcription, we were faced with an enormous pile of interview transcription, each of which can be covered the issues of any interview schedule, but is no particular order. Once data transcribed, we found that we rarely returned to the tapes. Hesitation, scuffing, and personal and irrelevant discussions were indicated in the original transcriptions. Although there were not used in the final presentations of finding, we listed to the tape again. It sounded different. For a micro study, this version a master program, it is worth thinking carefully about whether it is necessary to compile all full transcriptions of taped material or not. In fact, transcriptions could be served for the sections which are particularly relevant to the study. The printed version of the recorded version are matched for accuracy, consistency, and prioritization. The recorded data can further categorized into 4 areas and presented in table 32.3. 32.3, the factors that dropped out. What is in the audio? That office work pressure, family responsibility, time for practical classes are not suitable. Situational factor, got married, exam dates clash, not doing well during exam. These are the reasons for they dropped out. Admission in other program, husband got transferred due to extended family. This is the dispositional factor, that is second is the CIS program, felt inferiority complex during classes when junior was taking classes, not aware about the exam date and sheet. This is the institutional factors, not received hall ticket, study center change, no information on regional center for classes. Course related factor, course was easy, course was difficult, language was difficult, like that. So this is Pandit et al. Study of program compilation and linear resistance and dropout in distance education signal in New Delhi. So case third is the online case study. Research through the virtual model can conducted through one-to-one email and hosting the questionnaire on a web page. This method is provide quick feedback and access to geographically depressed respondent. In addition, the online interviews and email messages provide automatic text transcription all interviews communication. You see from the following institution illustration how to search data and present it with the virtual or digital mode. So search or editing the data through the internet. Okay. Presentation of research finding through multimedia. In addition to the above mode of research presentation, you can also use self-paced learning or self-assessment using software or CD-ROM. Case 4. Presentation of research finding in a CD-ROM. We have presented a case study, data analysis and presentation in CD-ROM. We are giving you a CD with this unit in which you can see how the actual data is coded, analyzed and presented in CD. The researcher conducted a study on the pre-testing self-instructional material. The researcher collected the feedbacks from the 10 respondents through face-to-face, analyzed and presented his data, research findings. You can also present your experiment data and research finding by using PowerPoint and interactive whiteboard. You can collect or disseminate the research data by using the devices of the web, but you should have internet and research skills for your presentations of research findings through internet. 32.5 Qualitative data analysis and presentations through computer software. In addition to Excel, SPSS, SS and SAS, other software packages are also available which are being used for qualitative data analysis and presentation. For example, the computer aided methods of qualitative data analysis have 2 programs like NUDISD, non-numerical unstructured data indexing, search, theorizing, and innovative and imaginative computer software application. Atlas. The purpose of this program is to show that even at a micro research study where the number of interview data is limited, this program may be used. You can download this software free from www.scholarly.co.uk. NUSISD is the program is more complex features which can be learned or ignored as a user develops familiarity with software. Textual data are imported into NUSISD as a separate document. This can be coded with Mike's instance of data. All the data under this category can be retrieved and can be turned to a separate document. For detail, you can study an introductory tutorial for this software. WinMax. Some of the packages allows direct entry into the system, while others will operate only with imported files. Some allow external files incorporating video and other material can be indexed. This makes the program more complex. a much more user-friendly program in Max. It is easy to learn. It can be used for straightforward encode and retrieve operations and new files, as well as for the more difficult approaches of grounded theory and case-oriented quantification. It's also help you to work with qualitative and quantitative data simultaneously. Atlas.ti is an innovative, imaginative computer software application that allow you to study and analyze text. Text can be interview transcript, and you have to add additional coding so that it's easy to categorize or code short or long-term segments for comparative study. For details, you may visit www.atlas.ti.e demo shitml. You can also present your findings of the interview data which has been recorded on tape. You can also analyze the audio transcript in this software. CAQDIS program makes you analyze a vast amount of data to be handled, while coding and retrieving can now be accomplished with a remarkable special spill speed and efficiency. 32.6 types of ICT used for research. In previous units of Block 8, you have studied the applications of ICT in social research, science research. In the present section, you will study the different types of ICT be used in research activities. These are online surveys, open-ended and structured text-based interviews conducted by emails, computer-mediated conferencing, focus groups used in real-time, net-based video, audio conferencing, and synchronous computer conferencing, net-based telephone interviews, analysis of text transcript of learning or social activities, analysis of social behavior in virtual reality environments, analysis of social behavior in virtual reality environments, online assessment, and of evaluation of performance or knowledge webcams. A researcher can submit his ideas through different types of ICT and develop his ideas to become full resources for use in relative activities. ICT also help the researcher to join discussion from where he or she can exchange views and join in collaborative research activities. For example, DOLL, list PSU, DEJU, you can present your research findings in a suitable medium of ICT in which audience can access a full text on internet in a choice format. There is no ready-made program software available for analysis and presentation of your research findings. There are various considerations to bear in mind when matching the kind of research study and database to the most suitable software. The selection of the right program depends upon the size of the database. If you have interviewed just 4 to 5 individuals and transcribed the text, CAQDIS may not be useful. This package handles large quantity of data in different files, such faster than you could be by your own hand. You should be able to have a minimum 15 cases to use this software. If data is obtained from several sources like document observation questionnaires and audio and video, some softwares can handle the diversity of data types and others. In some packages, it is easy to revise the text database, but in others, revising takes much time. For example, a file imported into CAQDIS cannot be changed. It could be necessary to make the changes in Word and then re-import the file. Therefore, the selection of the software depends on the size of the database, nature of the data, its structured or unstructured, technical knowledge of the researcher, time and cost. Similarly, selection of ICT for presentation of your research finding depends upon these factors and the availability of particular technology to the audience. Adobe Reader software can help you view, print, and share your research documents more securely by using a variety of platforms and devices. For details, you may visit www.adobe.com. There are various web pages available which provide free space to share your research findings. See, for example, www.yahoo.com. 32.7 Conclusion. The following details apprise you of the cases of presentations you search findings with the different types of ICT sources. This discuss and information was based on the assumptions that there have been a basic awareness of the writing skill and statistical package. We have focused in this unit on the presentation and dissemination of your research findings through ICT, how to do, edit, and present research data has been presented in this unit. In addition to this, how data is collected through tape recorder and transcribed into text are also presented. Further reading, Gentleman, Jane F. 2004, the National Health Interview Survey. In National Health Interview Survey presentations of 2004, listing of selected presentation at http://www.cdc.government.sch how to /11 /duck 2004 /duck presentations 2004.htm. So here you can read as more information. So this is the end of unit 32. Thank you very much.